Hello beautiful people and welcome to another video. I found this cool looking Art Deco tea trolley in a dumpster and I thought that its days were not over yet, so I decided to give it a makeover. Art Deco is one of my favorite design styles, and a fun fact, during the Art Deco period it wasn't actually called Art Deco, it was called Modern, and the name Art Deco wasn't even a thing until the 60s. And the interesting thing about Art Deco style is that it's a mixture of many different styles and some of them very old. So sometimes it's difficult to actually determine whether something is Art Deco or it isn't, because it also took quite a long time to develop and find its style.
$2,000 later.
Even though this trolley was in pieces, fortunately all of them were actually there, so I didn't need to make any, and it was just a matter of gluing everything together. And these pieces don't need to be in any specific position, they're just there to support the top. The wheels were riveted, so I had to cut the rivets in order to take them apart because there was just no other way for me to properly clean them and give them a refresh. Typically on this sort of trolleys you see metal wheels with a piece of rubber around them, and if that was the case in here I probably wouldn't even try saving them but replace with something else instead. But these Bakelite wheels are quite unusual and I don't think I've ever come across these. And if you want to learn more about what Bakelite is and when it was first made popular, you can do it with Opera. The new and redesigned Opera browser has all the features I want and none of the features I don't need, and the new and minimalistic interface is super easy to use. One of my favorite features is the floating music player. You can move it anywhere you want within the browser or even outside the browser and put it somewhere on the desktop. And you can use Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, or whatever. Using the split screen feature couldn't be easier. You simply click on the tab you want to add and drag it down. And that's it. Another cool feature is the themes, and this is my favorite. You can customize it just the way you like it, including the sounds of your keyboard, your browser, the colors, intensity, shades, and more. Another very useful feature is Area AI, which you can activate from the side menu or by simply using the command that you can see on the screen. And if for whatever reason you want to see an Art Deco cat, the image generation feature can do that for you. If you're one of those people with lots of open tabs, Tab Traces makes it very easy to find them by highlighting the recently visited ones. I genuinely enjoy using this browser and I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out. Now back to work. Once I cut the rivets, it was actually pretty straightforward to take the wheels apart and give them a good clean, remove the rust and paint them. And this is just some warm soapy water so I can clean the Bakelite wheels. If you haven't looked it up with Opera yet, Bakelite is basically the early plastic and knobs, furniture hardware and wheels that are made from Bakelite. They are vintage and they actually can get pretty expensive if you want to buy them. So after scrubbing them and giving them light sanding, I applied a couple coats of clear lacquer and Bob's your uncle. And I was actually pretty surprised because they look pretty much brand new. And talking about Bob's your uncle and Fancy AF and I'm a professional, you guys have been asking for those for so long and I finally got them. So if you're watching this video on a phone or a laptop, you can just look underneath the video and you'll be able to see my store with all those designs. So check them out. And if you want me to, I can do a giveaway for some of those items because why not? This is European walnut veneer, and I had to replace it on both of those pieces of plywood because, as you can see, those light areas, there's just some serious water damage and there was no way for me to save this. As always, quick shout out to everyone for watching my videos, liking, commenting, that helps a lot with the algorithm, and a special shout out to the channel members, you guys are the best. And if you're feeling generous and would like to support what I do, you can find all the links in the description of this video. Thank you. If you watch my videos regularly, I'm sure you've seen me use contact cement to apply veneer. This time I'm using just regular wood glue. I don't have a fancy vacuum press, so this is just another way of doing it. And if it's not clear from this video how this works, you basically apply glue to both surfaces, let it dry until it's dry to the touch, and then just use an iron to reactivate it, and Bob's your uncle. I wasn't actually going to cover these bits with veneer, but I had some offcuts left and I just felt bad for throwing them away, so I used them. I know what you're thinking, it's green, but just trust the process, it's gonna be okay. I don't know why, but to me Art Deco just screams gold, green and silver. But I guess because Art Deco is a mixture of many different styles, you can find sharp lines just as well as some floral intricate designs. In other words, this is what Art Deco is to me, and you can't do nothing about it. The reason I'm staining this veneer is because it's actually very underwhelming when you just apply clear finish to it. I did try. And I thought it just wasn't very Art Deco-y. It just wasn't bold enough and wasn't very luxurious, opulent, and rich. Which, by the way, the beginnings of Art Deco, that's pretty much what it was. Definitely not for the poor. I need to put these wheels together, and obviously I can't use the old rivets, so I got a whole box of new ones, and looks like I've got the right ones, but that the tools I bought from Amazon, it's not the right size, this is way too small. But I have this bench dog that I will use instead. I think this will do. Let me just make it a bit nicer. And let's see if we can make it work. Not the prettiest, but definitely works. How riveting. In case you can't really see what I'm doing, I'm just painting the edge gold so it kind of matches the wheels, because I just felt like that was the right thing to do. And this is just some walnut lacquer toner to make this green a bit darker and help it blend in with the brown bits. So at this point I haven't put the lacquer on it, it's just the lacquer toner, but I'm just putting everything together so I can spray it as a whole. For whatever reason, I thought that the edge on the lower panel wasn't going to be visible. I don't know why, but that's what I thought, so I'm just using a marker to make it the same color as the veneer. But then I realized that I was wrong, so I decided to make it gold as the top one. Surprise, surprise! But before I do that, I need to glue the panels down. I reckon that's enough clamps. I'll let it dry and I'll come back and put some lacquer on it, because I'm a professional. I got this leafing pen, which I think will be perfect for doing this edge. I don't know about perfect, but it did the job. When I was done with that, I sprayed the table with several coats of clear satin lacquer and I put the wheels back in. And guess what? And Bob's your uncle. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you liked what I did with this little tea trolley. Mando certainly likes it. Enjoy the final results and don't forget to check out all the links in the description, especially the one for Opera. See you in the next video.